He finally dropped his debut album on Def Jam, Everybody Can't Go. Shout out to ALCHEMIST. Big shout out to HITBOY for the production on this album. I thought they did an incredible job. As far as working together, they did a song together too that was fire. And I ain't gonna lie, like I really love and enjoy the HITBOY and Benny the Butcher like collaborative albums that they have put together. Now, before I get too in depth with my review here, I'm gonna say this. After I've listened to this project maybe 4 times, and that's another thing too I like about this project, it's easy to digest. It's very easy to digest. It's not a super long project. Benny gets right in, tells a story, and gets right out of there. If I had to rank this album off the 3rd and 4th listen, this would probably be very low, in my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. Out of all his catalogs, like The Plugs I Met 2, Tana Talk 3, what else he got? Tana Talk 4, Burden of Proof, The Plugs I Met, like, this is low, bro, my personal opinion. It's low. And that could be a various of different factors, in my personal opinion. Now, let's just go over the records on the album. So you got Jermaine's Graduation. I love that record. I love, the beat. I love the way how Benny attacks the record. You know what I'm saying? Very descriptive, talking about, his trials and tribulations, his daughter, the things that he's went through to get to this point. I really love that introduction, on that record there. Braun, number 2. Braun record is super fire, super fire. My personal opinion, I felt like that should have been the first single. I would have put that out. That would have been the first single I would have released. I believe Big Dog, which is the next record, I believe that was the first single that was released. I would have never did that. And I get why they did it, because it's a big name, even with the success that he had with the J. Cole record. You would just think, Wayne, Benny, would do good. I felt like I enjoyed the record more once I heard it, in the transition with the album. But I still feel like I would have went with Braun as the first single. I feel like that was like a perfect one. Everybody Can't Go on Kyle Banks. I like that record. That's a dope ass record. TL record is cool. One Foot In. Oh, excuse me. Back Again. So you got Back Again featuring Snoop Dogg. I like that record, man. First listen, it was okay. After the second and third listen, I actually like that record. You know what I'm saying? And I can appreciate it even with just the overall connection. You know what I mean? Because there's a special reason, I feel like, why Snoop played a pivoted role to being on that particular song. With him being responsible, why Benny's even signed to Def Jam, the short matter of time of him getting the deal done for Benny. Benny, out of all niggas on the East Coast, it took a West Coast nigga to get him signed to an East Coast label. I feel like that speaks volumes. And it kind of is a disappointment to the OGs on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? It took a nigga from the East Coast to get signed from a nigga from the West. You know what I mean? But shout out to Snoop, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I listen to more, I like that record a lot more. And I ain't gonna hold you, like, Benny shows up lyrically on a lot of these songs, bro. A lot of these songs, he shows up lyrically. Buffalo Kitchen. Excuse me, I'm jumping all around. Pardon me, y'all. So we got Back Again featuring Snoop. Then you got One Foot In, Stove God Cooks. That record is fire. Fire. One of my favorites on here. That's one of my favorites. Shout out to Stove God. Got busy on this joint. Kitchen Club with Armani Caesar. Cool record. That record was cool. You know what I'm saying? I like Armani's verse on there. She was talking that fragrance talk on there. I caught those bars on there. That was like an album filler, in my personal opinion. Pillow Talk and Slander. Fuck with that record heavy. I like that. Benny was talking that shit on there. Kiss was talking, dropping a lot of gems on there. That's definitely one of my favorites on the album. How to rap. Oh my God. How to rap. Listen, Benny. I was looking for that one record. That one record. That's the record, in my personal opinion, bro. I would have loved for you to do a visual for that record. How to Rap is probably the best song on the album, in my personal opinion. The best song. Production-wise, I believe HITBOY did the beat. Like, the pocket Benny is in on this beat, it's like a perfect mesh. Perfect. And he's basically giving y'all the blueprint of how he got to the point where he is right now. If y'all rappers really listen, just listen. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you the blueprint step by step by step. I thought this was a perfect execution, yo. Fire fucking record, man. I love How to Rap. My favorite song on the album. Griselda Express featuring Westside, Conway, and Rick Hyde. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Rick Hyde stole the show. Nigga, Rick Hyde got busy on this joint, bro. He got busy. Shout out to Rick Hyde, man. You stepping that pen up crazy. I hear you, my nigga. I hear you. Shout out to Benny, man. Benny, I'm telling you, Benny don't miss. When it comes to the bars, Benny don't miss, man. He don't. I like the bars. The beat was cool. Like, I don't know, like Westside on the hook, you know, shout out to Conway. I felt like I don't know. I just feel like they could have been maybe it was somebody from Def Jam, because it clearly, for me, it clearly wasn't someone from BSF or Griselda. Because if you look at Benny's previous projects like Tana Talk 4, Burden of Proof, Plugs I Met 2, like just the track list, the features, the flowness of the songs, like everything just went perfectly. Now I get it, this is a major label release, so it's gonna be different, and I understand that. I just felt like y'all could have incorporated a little bit more of Benny's world, and I felt like it probably would have meshed a little bit better. And I feel like Benny was just like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all kind of control the whip. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more control, you know, and I just felt like they missed it, man. Like, I felt like they released the singles a little bit too early. I feel like they picked the wrong singles, and I felt like that kind of affected the anticipation of the album. Because when the album came out, if you just look at overall, there's people that like the album, but they felt like the album is just, it didn't really live up to the actual hype and the excitement, you know what I'm saying, out of all the other projects. But shout out to Benny, man. You know, Benny ain't dropped a project in like 2 years, and in those 2 years, he did a fucking phenomenal job as far as putting BSF on, Fuego Bass, Rick Hyde, Heen, you know, the rest of his team, getting them, you know, occupied. You know, what's my man, Alchemino, you know what I'm saying? Like, get his project. Like, so he's done a great job as far as getting his team situated, getting them their albums done, getting them on their promo runs, doing shows, you know, getting their fan bases up. So now he can focus on himself. I'm pretty sure Benny gonna spin the block. He probably gonna give us an EP or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Just for the streets and just for, you know, his core fan base. But, you know, I'm not like really down on Benny. I just feel like this is probably a learning experience. And probably the numbers will reflect probably, you know, once they get like the overall like statistics, like the plays and things, what songs stream the most and things of that nature, you know, you can kind of tell like, all right, yo, we probably should have went with this record, or we should have released this record first. You know what I'm saying? But Benny, I will say this. You got to do a video to How to Rap. You have to. You got to, bro. You got to do it. I'm telling you. The way you rap, the picture was so vivid. The visual was going to be crazy. The B-roll alone was going to be super, super fire. So I hope he does that. You know what I'm saying? For that project, man. But shout out to Benny. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I rate this album a 3.5 out of 5. If you have not heard the album, make sure you guys go check it out. I'm surprised Benny ain't do no merch, no vinyl or anything like that, because he's usually known for doing that, you know, with his projects. So I'm very curious to see, man. If he does do a vinyl, I will purchase it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a big look in his career. You know, whether the album is, you know, low on a totem pole out of his catalog, it's still a huge, significant, you know, W for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to support, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big Benny the Butcher fan, and anything that he's involved with, I'm always going to support, man.